Okay, I think we good to go now, right? I think we're good to go now. Something was going wrong with OBS, so it is what it is. Um, but I think we going good now. I think we're doing good now. Okay. Okay. Um. Kind of weird spots yesterday was. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Man, boy. Marte, boy, man. That man got down on us yesterday. Ooh wee. Okay. Let me set up a few things here. Let some people get in here. hmm Yeah, we working. And I think I seen a couple of things you were saying. My OBS didn't look too good. I mean, it wasn't. I don't know. I had to restart everything. Um, so we looking good now. We should be. I think we are. I think we're cooking with grease now. Yeah. Get a couple things set up and situated. Look like we're good to go. Get the weather here cracking while people on the way in. Um, all right. Uh, Came in tired last night. Didn't get a chance to lock stuff in, but that's fine. Uh, Pat says I chose Corbin strikeouts at 2.5 Goblin and a hit. He had seven. I was shocked. I was shocked too, man. That's them Arizona Diamondbacks. And at the same time, I should have been. I don't know, man. I don't know. I looked at a few things to try to decipher to see what happened yesterday. I just don't know, right? Arizona didn't bring their bats. Some other instances. That motherfucker Marte, he struck out. Man, he struck out. I did ended up getting to um I did end up getting to Tanner Bibles caves yesterday. Woo, I mean, I already knew what to do with Woo. That's why I had to give you guys the heads up. I already knew what to do with Woo. He was just the lefties, man. They just want to put those lefties on him, and I just know, I just knew it, man. hmm I just knew it, right? So, I just knew it. So quick. I mean, the weather here, right? So, Tampa Bay Rays at Minnesota. Scattered showers around. Models have been jumping back and forth with the timing, so we may need a pre-radar check to really have a better idea here. I'll leave it at a chance for a delay and see how it looks later. Okay, so weather, weather is one of those things we got to be weary of, right? Seattle at Cleveland, a stray shower somewhere in the general area. The chance of it being over the ballpark is low, right? So I like my chances with that game plan. Um, Yellow green for this Houston and Chicago White Sox. A few showers pop up, more likely late than early. Delay is possible, but uh, isn't the most likely outcome. He said, what happened to Chisholm lately? I mean, yesterday, a late scratch that was frustrating. Yeah, probably was a late scratch there, and yeah, they always can be frustrating. Same thing with the late scratch for who was that? Was that Gibson? The pitcher for St. Louis. That was a late scratch there. So things happen. Things happen. Uh, okay, so that's the weather right there. So man, be wary of the weather. It is what it is, right? So okay. First game, yeah, it was Gibson for sure. First game we got on the docket today, we got the Arizona Cardinals. I mean Arizona Diamondbacks at Washington Nationals. Now we got an over under 9 in this spot. We got Nelson who's trash, and we got Gore, right? So You know what? Um, Yesterday, Corbin, a lot of those guys, they didn't have a lot of those guys didn't line up with Corbin's pitch mix, and that was kind of interesting. But some of those guys have some nice history versus Corbin because he's trash, but didn't line up with his pitch mix. Right now, on one side you got Ryan Nelson, he's terrible. On the other side we got Mackenzie Gore. He's been pitching good. So we're gonna take a look at Mackenzie Gore real quick, right? We're gonna take a look at Mackenzie Gore real quick. 3.2 ERA, expected ERA around the same. Everything looks pretty good with a 28% K rate. Igor, what's happening, my friend? Igor, what's happening? So, um, with that being said, taking a look at some of his game logs, he have been taking advantage of these good situations, right? Pittsburgh and Philadelphia. Remember, Philadelphia started the season striking out big time versus lefties. Pittsburgh is a strikeout candidate. We've targeted Pittsburgh 2 or 3 games straight now. Oakland Athletics. He had 11 Ks. He did what he's supposed to do. Astros. The Ks were under 4. Uh, the Dodgers. He had 4 Ks. He still won 6 innings there. Um, Texas, he has 7 Ks. I don't know what's up with Texas right now. At the end of the day, and then Toronto, a team that doesn't strike out. Boston, they do strike out, right? You can get touched up, but they do strike out. Had a good game versus them. He did what he's supposed to do. Philadelphia, they got back with him, and he didn't have that many Ks, only 3. Washington, 8 Ks. He did what he's supposed to do. Atlanta, he got at Atlanta twice, 10 Ks here, 7 Ks there. They have been showing the ability to strike out. Um, the Mets, they don't strike out, only 2 Ks there. And Miami, he ended up having 10 Ks. So at the end of the day, he's been balling, man. I give it to him. He's been balling. And then looking at this Arizona, I mean, looking at this Arizona team. Lately, looking at the last 14 days, they have they've been striking out here and there, right? So let's see, Arizona. Not used to seeing them up this high, but that's only 66 plate appearances. They still was number 3. Last 30 days, where have they been? Arizona top 5 last 30 days, 266 plate appearances, 24% K rating. That is interesting. Arizona is never up there. Okay, now um, I filtered this. I looked at some of these pitch mixes as a whole, right, from some of these teams. Um, D-backs, right? Let's take a look at that four-seam fastball. Update that. Now, I looked at some of these numbers as a team because I know that Gore does toss out that um, he does toss out that fastball, right? A couple of my top batters going to be probably right-hand batters over here, and I'll give you guys a snippet of how I looked at it, stuff like that. Okay, let's see now. Where are we at here? Um, so versus right hand balance, he's throwing that four seam fastball a lot. Okay, now 56% of the time, um, 56% of the time he's throwing that. Um, he's got a 281 batting average on it. Next pitch coming in at 20% would be that curveball and changeup. Looking at I see my YouTube thumbnail. I've never ran it back, right? I've never ran it back with the same guy, 2 back-to-back days. But I'm gonna end up going back to the well here, right? I'm gonna end up going back to the well. They fucked me up this time. They fucked me up this time. I'm not asking y'all to go to me. I'm gonna go drink this water by myself. But like I said yesterday, truth be told, the pitch mix didn't really line up, and I just went off of was Corbin. Okay, I didn't dive in. I didn't dive in, right? So now as we see Gore, he's got a 50 he's throwing his four seamer 56% of the time, right? He's got a 281 batting average on it. Ketel Marte, all while Ketel Marte is like 0 for 3 versus Gore, but this the four seamer, he's got a 455 batting average on it with 5 home runs. I can't treat this like I can't overlook that. I'm gonna have to take my L. I'm gonna take my L's. I'm gonna take my L's, right? But I can't overlook that. You say, yo, I don't know what happened to yesterday, but too many upsets, especially Ketel Marte striking out 3 times in a row. Definitely. But like I was just saying, um, when I looked at the pitch mix between I mean, Corbin is ass. But I looked at the pitch mix, it didn't even line up right. It didn't. Corbin don't even really throw the four seamer. Now we got McKenzie who's throwing the four seamer 56% of the time. Now, like I said, Ketel Marte is 0 for 3 versus him. It's 0 for 3 versus him. But I just don't want to. I just can't overlook this here. So if he's throwing that four seamer 56% of the time, he's got a 455 batting average with expected batting average of 410 versus lefties. The next pitch McKenzie Gore throwing is that curveball. Then Ketel Marte. We're gonna go to that curveball. He hasn't seen it much versus lefties, right? He only seen it once. He took it deep, right? One pitch, one plate appearance, one at bat, one hit, which was a home run. Okay. Now the next pitch, but if you want further confirmation, you can go to last year, and what was it? That curveball. You can go to last year, and he didn't see it that much versus lefties last year, but he did have 13 at bats. He had 5 hits. That was four singles, a double, and the average on that was 385. So he's been he truth be told, it looks like he likes a curveball from a lefty. Between yesterday last year and he smacked one when he first seen it this year. Now the next pitch for Mackenzie Gore was that changeup. Mackenzie Gore's given up on that changeup with 308 batting average, right? The changeup, um, uh, Um, Marte is batting 261. Expected batting average is 360. He has 2 home runs and 3 singles and a double versus that pitch. So, truth be told, his numbers line up a little bit better with Gore's than it does with yesterday. But, you know, it, it, it is what it is. Now, this team in general, because I got pissed off. So I really had to go look. So what I did here was I filtered this team. So Gore is throwing that fastball. So you know what though? Let's filter it like this, right? I'll just go in general. Now I'll go in general, right? So the four seamer in general overall between lefties and righties. Now this is a right-handed dominant lineup, right? Now this I filtered it right here. Now he's throwing that fastball 55% of the time, right? Between lefties and righties with a 283 batting average against that pitch. Now I'm looking at this team overall the same way versus lefties and righties versus that pitch in conjunction, lefties and righties. A minimum of 10 plate appearances. Ketel Marte, 337 batting average. Um, Jock Peterson, 348. The usual suspects, Eugenio's. Let me filter it to the top. Okay. I'm not gonna look at Patrick Smith. Don't know he's gonna be in the lineup. Blaze Alexander. Don't know if he's gonna be in the lineup. But Grichuk is gonna be in there with a 350 batting average. Jock Peterson would be in there. Who's been hot? I still don't not too much recommending him. He might not. I don't know if he's gonna be in the lineup or not. Ketel Marte, Now, Perdomo, not Perdomo, uh, Gabriel Marino, he's a right, he's a fastball specialist, right? Then you got who else I know going to be in there? Christian Walker, 229. He's got a couple other pitches he likes to hit. Then you're Lourdes Uriel. Those guys I know is going to be in there. So at the end of the day, the two guys that popped to me in that model was Marte and Grichuk. So I'm going back to the well on Marte, right? Gore. Let me see. Checking out some of Mackenzie Gore's splits here. Mm, Where are they? At home. Hmm. So this is gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. Marte, I mean, at home, Mackenzie Gore, 275 batting average versus righties. 25% K rate. On the road, his K rate goes up further than that, 30% on both of them. But we'll see. We're going to see. At home versus lefties, he's got a 300 batting average, right? At home versus righties, he's got a 275 batting average. Um, the K percent still looks decent, not as high as on the road, 31%, 36%, still looks decent. He has some nice ass K matchups that he capitalized on. So it is what it is. Versus lefties, um, McKenzie, I mean, Marte, right? Marte versus lefties at on the road, okay? Um, versus lefties on the road, Marte. Um, so um, he's got a 321 batting average. Now this is where it's, you know, this is what say this is where I said fuck it, okay? This is where I said fuck it. Because now, I mean, he can't show me up today. He can't. He can. I ain't gonna go off the. I hope we get some decent numbers. See, I hadn't pulled the trigger on anything, right? We might get a decent number here because of the pitcher, right? Might get a better number than yesterday, but I'll be taking his hits runs and RBIs. Either way I go, the slugging, I don't understand though, man. K percentage is down at 18. He struck out 3 times yesterday, man. That was crazy. But the slugging is up, 840. That's almost double than some of these other ones, right? The slugging is up. The OPS is up almost 1,300. Isolated power is 528. Like, what the fuck, right? WRC plus is all the way up in the 240s, right? And I just know we made the right read yesterday. Probably I'm gonna go back to the well today. I'm going to go back to the well today. Um, I want to check if some of this just home run fly ball rate. Uh, on the road versus lefties is up. Yeah, this is the home run fly ball ratio right here, right? Fly ball percentage is around 50%. So he's got some time. He got some time. He got some time. He got some chance, right? Uh, Santana said that was Vegas made that call. So at the end of the day, I narrowed some bats down. Like I said, 2 bats here. If you want to look at some bats, the bats that really popped for me that I don't mind getting to was Grichuk and Ketel Marte. But you know, everybody's in play here, man. Like I said, man, everybody's in play. We got an over under 9 in the spot. I want to lean towards the over. Now Ryan Nelson is terrible. Okay, we want to make sure Ryan Nelson is terrible, and I don't know if I would love C.J. Abrams if he's in the lineup. So right now we're waiting to start lineup. This one says a waiting to start lineup. And then right now we have a confirmed star lineup right here. So Ketel Marte and Grichuk are sitting there at the top, right? So I'm gonna like these two guys for sure. Ketel Marte and Grichuk. Um, I mean Uriel, I like him. All these guys, like I showed you guys, he's throwing that fastball a ton, right? All these guys are hitting that fastball, bro. All of them, right? They just about hitting that fastball. Everybody. So I'm pretty much. I think it's and then Gore his strikeouts are sitting at 6.5. I want to say it's 6.5. Um, interesting. It's favored to the under, big time favored to under, almost 160, almost minus 160 to the under. Not saying he's not gonna hit it because I did point out that somehow Arizona has been striking the fuck out, right? Last 30 days, their strikeouts are up. But Arizona, they've been known to hit lefties. We will see, right? This lineup was supposed to be built. I mean, I ain't gonna say it was supposed to be built, but it was kind of built on hitting lefties. Ryan Nelson is terrible. Ryan Nelson is terrible. Okay, I'm not even gonna go into numbers for him. Lane Thomas and CJ Abrams is my favorite bat, man. I just want to know if he's gonna play. All right. Um, I lean. It could be a lean towards the over. Mackenzie Gore strikeouts. I'm scared. Right. I'm actually scared because I actually think they might tear his ass up. I don't know. They might tear his ass up. Who knows, right? Who knows? I don't know. Seattle Mariners at Cleveland Guardians. Okay, same thing as yesterday, right? So here's the thing: we got an over under 8 here. Now, remember how I told y'all? So in that Atlanta game yesterday, I took um I took the Atlanta pitcher for 7, 8, 9 Ks. He didn't get there. I took his regular K prop too. He got there, but I took him for 7, 8, 9 Ks. Hunter Green, I took him for hit 6, 7, 8, 9 Ks. He hit all of them, right? So that was value. Now, we're in another value spot here. Don't say it's gonna work. I don't know if it's gonna work, but you win some and you lose some. That's the name of the game at the end of the day. Now, Logan Allen, he's only scoring an 18.8% K rate, but he is in a strikeout spot here. Okay. He's faced this team already. Um, ERA sitting at 5.3, 5.13, whatever the case may be. He faced this team um, in the beginning of the season. He has 6 Ks. Okay. He went 6.2 innings. There's instances where he does hit his innings, his outs, whatever the case may be. 7 Ks right here versus Minnesota. 7 Ks right here versus the Angels. 6 Ks right. No. So um, he can give up the long ball. He will walk some batters. Those are the things that comes with gambling. Okay, in this spot. Do I think he can hit his regular 4.5? Yes. Right now. Uh, here's the other thing. Uh, we got enough sample size that I wasn't doing this earlier, but I'm doing it now, right? I'm looking at splits and things like that, right? Sample size is getting up there. Sample size is just about here, right? So, like I said, he will give up the long ball. At home, he's giving up 6. On the road, he's giving up 8. He's giving up 14 home runs on the season. At home versus lefties, he's only giving up 1 home run. Home versus righties, he's giving up 5. So he's giving up a little bit more power to righties. But I'm not thinking about that. I'm trying to get him in there long enough to at least give me those 7 Ks that he got in the beginning of the season versus this team. Now, looking at some of his splits at home, strikeout splits, they are at home, right? Yeah. Okay. So his strikeouts at home are just a tad bit better, just a tad bit better. just a tad bit better, right? Uh, and that'll be versus it's just about it's just a tad bit, just a tad bit better. So like 20%, right? 2% better. In the strikeout spot like this, I'm taking this 4.5, even if I have to put in a parlay piece. But like I say, he's had 7 Ks versus this team. I'm thinking about going up. Now, can they tear his ass up? They probably good, but I never give out these bats. Um, and if you look at his ERA, I want to say it's big time change there. Let me see. Yeah, he's been getting his ass tore up. I'm still taking a stab at his strikeouts. Okay, I might have been looking at something a little bit different when I checked this out this morning, and I didn't pull the trigger, but I'm still gonna pull the trigger, right? I'm still gonna pull the trigger. Like I said, he did get Seattle 6 Ks. I thought it was 7. He gave him 6 Ks in the beginning, and he went almost 7 innings. He went 6.2 innings. I'm going to try to give it a stab, right? He's only went over 5. He's hit this number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He probably got about 12 starts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14 starts. He hit this number about 5 times. I like the spot for him. I'm going to take a stab at it, right? They don't have a pitching outs for him. They don't have his pitching outs out. I'm going to take a stab at it, okay? And then on the flip side, versus right hand pitching. This team they just pretty good. Okay, they pretty good. Didn't he, man? He fucked them up. He fucked them up. I'm going right back to the well, bro. Right back to the well on Marte. Marte looked. The pitch mitts lined up today, so I'm going back to the well on Marte today. They got to fuck me up. I went back with the thumbnail. They got to fuck me up. However, on the season, Cleveland the worst, number one is striking out. Facts for sure. They strike out the least in the league versus right hand pitching. On the season, 18%, 104 WRC plus. Cleveland, last 30 days, 15% K rate, right? Like wow, right? 127 WRC plus. Um, 14%, that's 14 days. 13% K rate, 131. What fucking 13% K rate? That's crazy. But that explains why Castillo's strikeouts are sitting at a 4.5. Okay, can he hit that? I'm sure he could. And you're gonna get a plus 130. They daring your ass to take that. To take that. Ooh, damn! I want to take that shit just because it's a plus 130. At the end of the day, the bats, right? Castillo, these lefties. Castillo's pitching his worst towards lefties, I want to say. So he will be on the road in this one. Check out his splits here. So pitching a little bit worse on the road. Okay. Um, Advanced numbers here is looking like uh, uh, the strikeout stuff, right? About 21, 22%. It's down from previous years anyway. So the strikeouts are down. On the road versus righties, look like the batting average is up versus righties. Um, I still like bats here. I still like bats here for Cleveland. Top bats gonna be for me. It's gonna be throwbacks. What's up? Thanks, bro. Thanks, bro. Thanks, bro. Thanks. Thanks, throwbacks. Um, Top bat's gonna be for me. I'm gonna tell you like this. It's gonna be um uh so Stephen Kwan and Jose Ramirez probably going to be 1A and 1B for me. However you want to look at it, right? However you want to look at it, right? However you want to look at it. It's probably going to be 1A and 1B for me. Okay. Stephen Kwan and Jose Ramirez. I can give you guys and then Naylor after those two guys. Naylor can be hot, right? So that's something that you can look at right now. I think he hit a double bomb yesterday, and I told you guys yesterday them lefties against Woo. Woo terrible against lefties, man. Don't let the numbers fool you. Sometimes you have to dig back. I already knew this shit coming into this year. What was that? Seattle Mariners here. So I'll give you guys and then they got some history too. Um, uh, Jose Ramirez is 6 for 23 with 3 home runs. Low, Josh Naylor is 4 for 13, all singles. Quan is 5 for 12, he's all singles. Um, Castillo as a whole, this team is 22 for 71 versus him. Good for he's holding a 310 batting average versus this current lineup. So those are the ones that have significant history versus this guy, right? So if you just at least looking for hits or something like that, it is what it is in that situation. Okay, that's what I'm looking at. On the other side, the bats, like I said, um, Logan Allen can't get his ass torn up. Don't get it twisted. He's giving up bombs. So I would look at Julio Rodriguez. The two guys that popped was Haniger and Garver. I think Garver was a fastball specialist, and then mm, Julio Rodriguez just in play. Okay, those are the bats that I would look at. I just don't bet on Seattle Mariners. I'm thinking about betting on Julio Rodriguez though, and I'm going to take a stab at the K's. It is what it is, man. I shouldn't, but I am. I'm gonna take. No, I ain't gonna say I shouldn't. I am though. I'm gonna take a stab at the K's, see what they do. Cross my fingers. Minnesota Twins at. I mean, Tampa Bay Rays at Minnesota Twins here. We got Woods, Richardson, and Zach Littell right on the mound. It's Royce. I like Royce, right? I like Royce. I do like Royce here, right? Um, I like Royce, and because of that fastball, I like because of the fastball that Littell is throwing a lot. I like Trevor Larnach, right? And keep in mind, this Minnesota team has been hot, right? Versus right hand pitching. Um, Another thing I was looking at was I'm looking at Woods Richardson, right? So he's got interesting splits, okay? He's got interesting splits, okay? So take a look at these splits, do what you will with them, right? His home and away ERA is just about the same, whatever case may be. He's at home. So some of his advanced numbers here. On the road versus left hand pitching, um, his pitching is worse versus rights, but he's at home. But I wanted to point out the strikeout stuff, okay? At home, I mean on the road, he's got a 16% K rate to lefties and a 17 K rate to righties. At home, he has a 28% K rate to lefties and a 26% K rate to righties. That's almost a 10% difference between home and away in some of these strikeout situations. Lefties at home and away, that's 12% better at home in the strikeout category. And then between home and the road and between home and away with the versus righties, it's an 8%, 9% difference, right? So that's just saying he might get one or two more strikeouts more at home than he does on the road. I was looking at the strikeout prop here, and it's Woods Richardson is favored to the over. I was trying to figure out why is it favored to the over, so I figured that out. And yeah, so this is another spot that now keep in mind it can be tricky because this team has been hitting righties well as of late. So last 14 days, Tampa Bay Rays 10th in striking out, 91 WRC plus. I guess right. Last 7 days, they did tear some ass up. Last 7 days, I believe. Right. So would you load up for me, please? That's interesting. It don't even do this, right? Why? Just why? Why is it doing this? Um, hmm. Let me refresh. Oh, that's on some bullshit. Y'all get the drift, man. Y'all get the drift. Last 7 days they was looking a little bit better. That's just all I was going to, right? I'm gonna have to get another tab up here. Is my internet acting up? Hmm. Something stuff is not loading up correctly. Y'all with me? Somebody let me know y'all still hear me. Am I lagging or what? Anything? Let me know something. Anybody in the chat? Let me know something. Is y'all still with me? Cause this shit's not loading up. Mm. Y'all still with me? Okay, I'm good. All right. He said I'm good. All right, so fuck it, man. At the end of the day, um, I'll just tell you, like I said, Woods Richardson. I mean, couldn't talk off his strikeouts. Okay, mm. I think it was just that sight. I think it was just that sight. I couldn't talk off his strikeouts if you want to get to him. Now keep in mind, in general, he's sporting a 20% K rate. Yo, yo. Okay, what's up, Blueprint? I see you. Santana, I see you. All right, so yeah. Now Zach Littell, I do expect them to hit him. I do. I do expect them to hit him, right? And then I was looking at if you just like me expect runs to be put up here, you can look at the Twins team total. It's favored to the over. That's a parlay base of the 3.5. I might use that. Who knows? You can use that in same game parlays, whatever the case may be. You can also alter it. You know what I'm saying? And then I like the hits, runs, and RBIs. Right? I like hits, runs, and RBIs for. I tell you, I like so. The top bat for me in this game is going to be Royce Lewis. Okay. The next bat that graded out well was hmm, Larnack because his connection with the fastball. So I knew that's what it was. If Larnack catches this fastball, you can kiss it goodbye. If he catch that fastball from from Littell, kiss it goodbye. Um, the hit streak was broken for oh he must not be in the lineup. So what's the name not in the lineup? And the other guy. So it's two people not in the lineup. I just noticed them right off the bat. Carlos Correa and the switcher. I forgot his name, the switch hitter. Neither one of those guys are in the lineup. So, K percentage is down too. I'm gonna have to take a look at this shit here, man. I need to take a look at Miranda. Mm, I need to take a look at a couple of these bats when I get off of here. Um, so I can't talk about his runs and RBIs for Larnick and Royce Lewis. You know, Larnick might get on, Royce Lewis might bring him in, right? Carlos Correa was right here or right there. I don't know. All right. And then two bats that kind of popped was Isaac Paredes and Josh Lowe. I probably won't be getting to those guys though. Okay. And like I said, the 4.5 Ks, I couldn't talk you off of it for Woods Richardson. And if you feel like laddering these folks, be my guest. Batters tend to strike out a little bit more in early in the morning, and that's why you see me like yesterday. I told you I laddered up, so you get 6 strikeouts for Woods at plus 142, 7, 310, 8, 8, 680, right? So it is what it is, right? I want to see how many times he's went over that number like that. So he has 6 Ks versus Pittsburgh, 6 Ks versus Houston. That was interesting. 8 Ks versus Seattle. He did what he's supposed to do. Chicago, he did what he's supposed to do. White Sox. Detroit, he hit his K prop. So I might take him up to 6 on some gambling shit. I had an okay day yesterday. Don't want to lose my ass today on this shitty slate, but I'm gonna give it a try, right? Um, Next game on the docket here, we're gonna look at the Astros and the White Sox, and we got over under 8.5 in the spot. Pitching, I'm not too much worried about pitching. I'm not fucking with pitching. Well, it is what it is. Um, um, I like bats, right? So I like bats here. So to cut out a lot of small talk, I'm just gonna rattle them off and get out of here, right? So Spencer Arrietty Spaghetti, whatever the fuck his name is, he's on the mound. I did look over him. I forgot what the fuck it was. I ain't even gonna lie. I forgot the research behind it. But I do know that. I know what it was. I know what it was. So first and foremost, Chris Flexen. All right. So we looking at these righties, right? These right-handers. So Chris Flexen, um, the four seamers, right? So he's throwing that four seamer, then that cutter, then that slider. Four seamer slider. Four seamer 40% of the time. He's got some decent, I mean, like 250 batting average on each one of them. I do expect him to get hit. And then you got the Astros, right? So we don't know if Jordan Alvarez will be back today. So that's something that we have to keep an eye out on that. So the top bat so far, minus so the bats that I like here is Altuve, uh, Altuve, Bregman, and then Pena. Okay, I can give you guys some numbers on these guys here. Uh, you got some numbers on these guys here. So so let's say if just in case Alvarez plays, because he would be my number one bat or 1A, 1B, right? So the top bat that's grading out for me would be Altuve. He's 5 for 22, um, 4 singles and a double, right? Then the next bat, we don't know if he's going to be playing, but he's 4 for 14. Alvarez, two singles, two home runs. Then Alex Bregman, who's been really good lately, he's been pretty good lately. Um, four singles and a double. He's 5 for 15. Okay. Um, Jeremy Pena, he's 5 for 11, four singles and a double. And I really need to check out Yanier Diaz numbers, right? So I'm gonna tell you right off the bat, Jordan Alvarez versus that pitch mix numbers looks really good. Altuve numbers versus that pitch mix looks really good. Pena's got good history. Anytime you get a righty-righty matchup for Alex Bregman, it's probably most likely a go. But what I want to look at is Yanier Diaz, right? My guy, right? I need to check his splits out. So, versus right hand pitching. Last year, I was all over him. At home versus righties, he was a monster for me last year. But he's on the road this year versus righties. So, he's throwing out that four seamer cutter slider. That four seamer, 259 batting average, two home run. Cutter, don't see it that often. He ain't good versus that cutter. And then the slider, two home runs versus that slider, 275 batting average, whatever the case may be. I need to check out his individual splits there. I want to get this one down to the T here. His home and a road, home and away splits. Away on a road versus righties. So he looked like he's been a little bit better versus lefties this year. Mm-hmm. Home versus lefties, he's been better. Yeah, what's up, Cash Money? Okay, I just wanted to check it out. Just wanted to check it out. Just wanted to check it out. Now, so those Astros bats I do like. I had already told you guys. Now, for the sake of the White Sox and for the sake of my guy just being back, um, and Arrieta, right? He's got a 25% K rate, so he probably will strike some of these White Sox out. That's something that you can look at, his strikeout prop. Um, versus right hand batters, which I'm getting ready to look at. He's throwing that four seamer 40% of the time. He has a 300 batting average on that four seamer, right? As a pitcher. Now, uh, Luis Robert, right? I like Robert versus lefties. But the fastball in general is a pitch that he likes, right? And if he gets bat on, if he catches that motherfucker, you can kiss it goodbye, right? Because he's got three home runs versus right-hand pitching on that fastball. Only a 222 batting average, but the expected batting average is 295. Slugging is at 722. Expected slugging is at 915. Which means if he catches that motherfucker, you can kiss it good fucking back. It's over with. It's gone. Sayonara, whatever the case may be. Same thing like last year, right? He had 9 home runs on that face fastball last year versus right hand pitching. He's batting at 312 with a 312 expected batting average. The same shit. He had 710 slugging, 722 slugging this year, 666 slugging. Last year he finished with. Right now his slugging is sitting up at 915. Right, so I'm just the messenger. If he catches that motherfucker, it's gone. Right, if he catches it, it's gone. Now, at the end of the day, uh, if I'm taking a side, of course it'll probably be money line parlays, run line straights uh, in favor of Houston here. But I've seen stranger things happen. All right. Um, the Dodgers, Colorado. We got Blotch on the mound. We got Stone on the mound. Last night, if I could have, so I hit the over 2 games in a row. I think I'm done here, right? I think I'm done here. I didn't jump on it. I didn't jump on it. I'll take my money and run. Okay. But what I will do is I'm gonna spend that money on these bats today, right? So, show you what I seen, and let's keep it moving, right? We already know this is Coors Field. We already know this is Coors Field, and y'all know. If y'all don't know, y'all found that shit out this year, right? So, we got we have Ty Blocks. You know what I'm saying? Ty Blocks. He's got some numbers that they iffy. Like they ain't gonna say iffy, but it's like he got some numbers that make you wonder. Like, is he gonna give up runs or what? Right? So we already know Otani is in play and Freeman is in play, right? So we got a lefty on the mound. So you look at Teoscar Hernandez, right? So what I'm doing right now is comparing the pitch mixes. He's got a funny pitch mix, right? Ty Block's got a funny pitch mix. Notice there's no four seamer in there. So his top pitches right now towards right hand batters would be that sinker, and that changeup, right? He's throwing that sinker 53.7% of the time, with a 337 batting average, expecting at 325, and that changeup 31% of the time at 362 batting average and 300 expected, right? Sinker and a changeup. The curveball 10% of the time. Remember that. Sinker and a changeup to righties. Teoscar Hernandez. He hits righties, he hits lefties well, right? Now, he on the pitcher, he's not throwing that fastball, right? So the sinker, right? Here's the sinker. Teoscar Hernandez versus lefty. He's only had 5 plate appearances, but he had 3 hits, which was a single, a double, and a home run. It's good for a 600 batting average. Last year, versus that sinker, he had 16 at bats, 7 hits, which were 4 singles, 2 doubles, and a home run. Similar shit for 438. So carrying over from last year, he's still hitting that sinker. You don't see it that much. Okay. The next pitch was that changeup. 362 batting average, Teoscar. Changeup, 313 batting average here. 16 at bats, 5 hits, 2 doubles, 2 singles, 1 double, 2 home runs. Okay. So with the 750 slugging, expected slugging up at 600, right? In Coors Field. We know Otani and Freeman is in play. We got to talk about the other guys here. All right. Next back is going to be Will Smith. Now I know Will Smith hits lefties. I didn't go into the pitch mix. This is my first time going into the pitch mix with you all this morning. I just knew I had to look at Teoscar first because I know what he does to lefties. He wrecks them, right? And I know he does too, Will Smith. Long story short, um, the sinker. Wait a minute. Oh, both of these guys. What was it? Okay, the sinker and the changeup. So both of these guys are, yeah, they hitting the sinker and the changeup. Both of them. The sinker. Oh my God, the sinker. He's got a 455 batting average on that, 343 expected slugging, and then look at these numbers versus lefties, right? This is your fucking home run candidate right here. Even though blocks can be, good in certain areas, but look at all these pitches, right? And look at all the slugging on these pitches. 700, 727, 900, 600, right? Uh, Look at this 375 on the cutter, but expected on the cutter is 870, right? So he's hitting. Damn. Let me see something. Will Smith. He's hitting the fuck out of lefties, man. He hitting them hard. Now, what's Will Smith is it? Will Smith at the top, Will Smith at the bottom. Will Smith at the top. So he's hitting the fuck out of lefties, man, straight up. He's crushing them. So let's go to some advanced numbers and we're going to see what's going to happen here. On the road versus lefties. On the road versus lefties, that's where you want them at. Okay? So K percentage at 16.7. Uh, batting average on the road versus lefties 357. On base percentage 438. Slugging 732. OPS around 1200. Isolated power 405. Okay, okay, yeah, right. 231 WRC plus. Right. Yeah. Okay. That's all we need to know. Teoscar. Let me see what Teoscar's shit was, so I can be all the way down to the T. Right. So Will Smith's numbers are better. Look better. They look way better. So yeah. So that's good. That's good. I looked at it because I was under impression that hmm, hmm, I was under the impression that hmm, his numbers were better than Will's. Hmm, good to know. Good to know. But I like them both. I like them both. Either way it go, I still like them both. Right? Mm. K percentage higher. I ain't gonna take into consideration that. Batting average on the road versus lefties is down. At home versus lefties is better. On the road, but it's Coors Field, so I ain't even gonna hold that against them. I ain't even gonna hold that against them, right? But y'all get the drift, right? Y'all got the drift. Y'all got the drift. And like I was saying, the sinker, he's got a 445 against that sinker, and then that changeup, he's got a 300. He's batting 300 versus that changeup. That's Will Smith. And the sinker and that changeup, he's got 300 batting averages versus these. Versus, I mean, as a pitcher, right? So that's where I'm at with this one. Those are the guys. And then Otani and Freeman, those guys self-explanatory, bro. Straight up. Now, this Kansas City Royals game, we got Lugo on the mound, we got Spence on the mound. Good strikeout spot for Lugo. Um, and then his outs are sitting at 18 and a half. Kansas City Royals on the road has been losing our money, losing my money, right? Losing my money. They've been losing my money. However, bats here for Kansas City, you can look at Pasquantino, the lefties, Pasquantino and Bobby Witt every day, right? Pasquantino kind of popped a little bit. Seth Lugo, his outs prop sitting at 18 and a half. I'm tempted to take it. I'm tempted to take it. Um, his pitching outs, yeah, 18 and a half. I'm tempted to take it. And I couldn't talk you off his strikeouts, man. I can't. I can't talk you off his strikeouts. So I'm not interested in any Oakland bats. So they have that. So that's what I'm looking at that game. And then the Baltimore Orioles and the New York Yankees game here. I tried to scratch the surface. I don't know if Judge is going to play. I tried to scratch the surface to find something, right? I tried to scratch the surface to find something. I'm not forcing anything here. That's what's going to happen, right? I give you guys what I got. I'm not forcing anything here. Hill, right? So Hill's got tremendous strikeout stuff. He's got tremendous strikeout stuff, man. He's got tremendous strikeout stuff. I keep saying that, but his strikeouts are sitting at 7.5. I mean 6.5. And I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Irvin. Um, a bat that kind of stood out to me was Soto and uh, Stanton. But like I said, I'm I'm really undecided here, man. I'm really undecided, man. on bats and everything. To truthfully, right? So if you guys got something, because I'm hurting, let me know, right? And then we get into the speed round of this shit, right? It's the San Francisco Giants and St. Louis Cardinals. This game, I expect runs to be put up here. I just don't know exactly where they're gonna come from, right? And I just don't know where they're gonna come from. I expect runs. I don't know where they're gonna come from. So I'm not forcing anything. You guys got something? Put me up on game. Milwaukee, San Diego. I expect runs to be put up in here too. But this is another game where I just don't know where they're gonna come from. Some bats look okay to me on both sides. If I had to take one bat here for at least a hit, would be Christian Yelich. Okay, would be Christian Yelich. Okay, yeah. So that sums it up, man, in a nutshell. Um, I'm getting ready to lock in some stuff. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't lock in shit last night. Um, how about how about um, how about a community parlay or something like that? Okay, so Cash Money said he's kind of liking Keaton win over 15 and a half outs. What do I think? Keaton win, if I'm not mistaken, he does got a little bit of strikeout stuff, but I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, man. I've been on a losing streak with my SCPs. Interesting, man. I don't like to hear that shit. Um, Keaton Wynn got a little bit of strikeouts. I don't know, man. I ain't even gonna lie. I don't know, bro. Going up against this team, it wasn't on my radar. It wasn't on my radar. A blueprint say almost one too many legs. Yeah, man. Baseball, man, just chip away at their ass, man. Chip away at their ass. I will chip away at them. What I do is chip away at them. I bet my straights, bankroll builders. I bet my bankroll builders. I did do that under 1.5 hit runs, under 1.5 runs parlay yesterday. That smacked. It was only like a plus 111 or something like that, but that smacked. Um, yeah, I just chip at them, bro. I chip at them, and there's too many ways to get money, and and then I try to come with one good parlay that I can throw $5 on, you know. But man, I would do ladders and stuff like that. I do that shit all the time. I get my ass tore up, and I hits too. I hits too. I forgot to get to I told y'all I was gonna take that motherfucking over strikeouts for Freddie Peralta yesterday. I forgot, got mixed up at work, and I didn't even take it, and I already knew he was going over. And I didn't even take his regular strikeout prop. That was crazy. My boy said, MPZ says, I got Tyler Sauterson and Helio Roman for a mother M effing home run. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. So, I mean, hit parlays, hit runs, and RBIs. I think this game is worthy of it. I didn't look at prize picks. This is a play. That's a place that you can get your hits, runs, and RBIs and put them in parlays. So I did not look at prize picks to see what they had for hits, runs, and RBIs. Strikeouts, fancy scores, pitching outs, and all of that. I didn't look at it yet. Um, so for some reason, I don't know. Some of these sites are acting up, right? Do I have to refresh my router or some of these sites acting up? That's the second time this shit happened. Okay, so MLB. I want to take a look at some hits, runs, and RBIs real quick. Hmm. This Washington game. Hmm. They got these Arizona guys out. They daring us to take these Arizona guys. 1.5 for Christian Walker. I bet you they don't have. Oh, they could tell my tape, but they only got them at 2.5. See, they only got them at 2.5. I like that 1.5 for Randall Grittick. It's just what Mackenzie Gore will we see today, man? And Mackenzie Gore, I ain't saying he was. It's possible he might get his ass lit up today. Something he might get his ass lit up. But it is what it is. Buxton's in the lineup. Haniger, I told you guys, he was one of those bets that kind of popped that I'll never bet on. And Isaac Paredes was in there. Uh, Ty France, no. Mm. Royce Lewis, yes, please. Damn, a demon parlay would be good, wouldn't it? That we know ain't gonna hit, but we can hit it. I'm throwing that up there. A demon parlay would be good, won't it? Okay. I'm going right back to Cattell Marte. Hate it or love it. I'm looking for a leadoff bomb. Don't even fucking play with me, right? Um, damn, damn. Between Quan and Jose Ramirez, and then like I say, Josh Naylor could be getting fucking hot, man. Shit. Fuck, fuck, fuck. Mm. I'm gonna try Jose Ramirez, man. He got 3 home runs off of him, so I'm gonna keep it funky, right? I'm gonna go with Jose Ramirez. Uh, a demon parlay. Mm, mm. Ooh. Oh. Mm. You get a. I gotta take that. 1.5 for Luis Robert. 1.5 as a demon. Fuck you. I'm taking that shit. Jordan Alvarez. Mm. Shit. Um, I'm coming back to those guys. The Astros. I want to see who the Dodgers have out. Teoscar is at 3.5. Will Smith is at what? Probably 3.5. Bobby Witt is overdue, right? He's overdue, extremely due. Um, Christian Yelich 2.5. Okay, so what I need to do here is search up Will Smith. I know these streams be long as hell, man. Do these streams be too long to y'all? Let me know something. Will they be too long for y'all? Oh, that's 3.5 total bases. One double, 1.5 singles, a walk, 2.5 hits, 1.5 RBIs. That's an interesting one for a demon. They don't have hits runs. If they had, I might would have took a 4.5 with some hits runs and RBI, but they don't have it. They got 2.5 hits runs and RBIs, but they don't have 3.5. Ain't nothing funny blueprint. They be too long. They be too long. The streams be too long. More than likely, he can hit that 1.5 RBIs, maybe. Mm, okay. What about Otani? This shit lagging like a mother. 3.5 total bases. 3.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Numbers are always inflated because it scores field. Just keep that in mind, right? Um, we know those boys in play. Who was I going to? I was going to Altuve. I want to say Altuve. You know what though? I want. Is he in the lineup? Uh, I want. I want. C.J. Abrams. He ain't in the lineup. So they got Lane Thomas leading off. I'm gonna like Lane Thomas, man. Let me see. And Winker. Actually, like Winker a little bit more than Lane Thomas. Boy, is this shit lagging or what? Home run, 2.5 hits, runs, and RBIs, 1.5 hits. Mm. Where's Winker hitting at? Number two. They got one, two, three. Mm. His regular hits, runs, and RBIs. All right. So let's go back through here one more time. We got Luis Robert, Jose Ramirez, Ketel Marte, Royce Lewis. All right. Two more plays. Let's go. Hmm. Shit. Julio Rodriguez, man. Altuve ain't been doing shit. Come on, man. I said it. Come on. Just come on. Bucket. Come on, Otani. Let's take Otani. 3.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Shit. Let's do that. Or, wait a minute. I wonder what some of these strikeout demons look like. I like the over on Richardson. I mean, even if you don't get there, I like the over on Allen. Gil and Lugo. That's four. Gil and Lugo. What these demons are. Ooh, Logan Allen. Man, I'm finna do two demons. Logan Allen. Shit. Seth Lugo at 6.5 for a demon. I'm gonna have to try it. I'm gonna have to try it. Somebody liked King. Man, not a lot of sexy demons there. I'm gonna try some of them though. Pitching House should have demons too. Damn, they got Mackenzie Gord at 6 innings as a demon. He might get lit up. That motherfucker might get lit up. 18 and a half. I'm not going there. 18 and a half for Lugo as a demon. That's a yes. I'll take a hit on that. That's a yes, right? Okay. All right, man. I'm finna get out of here. I'm gonna do two demon tickets. It is what it is, man. Appreciate y'all for sliding, riding, riding with me. Appreciate y'all for riding with me, man. Y'all know it is what it is. I need to get them. I need to get them. I need to get the streams down. But hey, it is what it is, bro. Let me get them down. Let me get them down for sure. I need to do all the research and just come in and give all the picks, right? That's what I'm gonna do. But I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to save some for the community, right? When I do that, when I condense the videos, I was thinking of July 4th. When I condense the videos, I'm just put a little bit out for the public and then some for the community members that do support me, man, because they pay that $2.99 a month, and I appreciate that, you know, I appreciate that. But if you want to support for what I do, that just helps keep the lights on, help keep the lights on, motivate me to get up and do this every morning, because I got to go to work in 2 hours. All right. That being said, guys, peace out. Right.